Bam! Okay, guys, I really don't like clickbaity things, but if it gets you guys to listen to something a little bit more deep, let's do this. All right, I'm going to name 5 things that help you keto adapt faster, sort of. Number 1, you need to mind your electrolytes. I've been coaching over 3,000 people, and the problem is a lot of you all are malabsorptive. But you don't realize that because every time you eat a carb, your body holds on to, let's say for 1 gram, you have 2.8 grams of water. So when you drop your carbohydrates, you also drop a lot of that cellular water via the kidneys. This creates a cascade of water balance electrolyte problems like headaches, benign heart palpitations from the loss of potassium. People can't poop. Nope, the bowels get locked up because it's too dry up in there. So the electrolyte balance plus the water balance via the kidneys. Now the body will rebalance, the kidneys will rebalance, but that takes time. So if you notice these reactions to a ketogenic protocol, that's what's going on. Make sure you get enough water. Don't overdrink too much water because you can make the cells burst and then not be able to hydrate the cells, and then you're just drinking and nothing is going in. It's just bursted cells. With that said, things like Himalayan salt, it's really great. An 8 to 10 ounce glass of water with a half a teaspoon or a quarter of a teaspoon of Himalayan salt in that glass of water should pretty much take care of that headache. It may not help your palps. That also can be due to a stress response because your body's no longer running on stored glycogen. So you might be having a little bit of an anxious response. So you got to know the difference between benign heart palps and anxiety that you're having at night where you feel your heart beating. So journal. Number 2, right? So the first one was get your electrolytes in and your water. The next thing is connected to the electrolytes, which is your magnesium. Our soils are depleted of magnesium, so it's my number 1 supplementation for people trying the ketogenic protocol to help them adapt is to make sure that you get enough magnesium. Not only is it going to help as an electrolyte and slow down this cramping effect, but it's also going to help relax you. And for those who've got the poop issue, out the pooper shooter, boop, will help with magnesium citrate for pooping problems, and otherwise glycinate or malate for just getting your magnesium. Now you can do it subdermal, you can do a lotion magnesium, Epsom salt baths, Himalayan salt, or salts that have a lot of potassium, sea salts. So I'm not going to name brands because that's not what I do. Now, what else is going to help you keto adapt faster? Sort of. Well, that's sleep. You have to get, not only do you have to hit REM and dream, but you have to get enough deep sleep because REM doesn't last long. So you have to make sure that you're in the deep phase of sleep to actually use those viable ketones that we're trying to break down in the day. Yeah? So this is the reason why I'm constantly touting the sleep. Sleep. Not only 8 hours, but in a circadian pattern. So you want to go down when the sun goes down, right? You want cortisol to drop and melatonin to rise so your body will start to use these ketones. A lot of you guys sorry, can I speak English? A lot of people have the misperceived idea that they use a urine strip and they're like, oh my God, I'm producing ketones. I'm like, you're wasting them. They're in your urine. They're not in your cells. So know the difference. Blood ketone monitors, they're dual glucometers actually. They're a very good guide to help what's going on with your blood sugar and your blood ketones, but you need to track and journal everything, which is another benefit. So let's get on to the third one, which is journaling everything. You can't just rely on urine or breathalyzers, get rid of it. It's so subjective. It's in your breath. It's acetone. No. Urine, no. You want the blood, ketone, and glucose. And glucose is just as important as the ketone measurements in the blood, but you want to journal and track everything. How you breathe, how you stand, how you walk, everything that stresses you out, and if you're in the fight or flight mode. Now, another thing that's going to help you adapt is getting that 200 grams. I think we're in the 4th one, but I'll make whatever. The 4th one is getting enough fat in. If you don't eat enough fat, fat is satiating because it doesn't look like a lot, like on a tablespoon, but you need a gallbladder to help break it down. You need caloric acid, you need enzymes to break down that fat, and they have to function well. And don't drink water while you're trying to break down fat, because you're going to neutralize the stomach acid and have a hard time breaking down the fat. So with that said, make sure that you absolutely get enough fat in. 12 tablespoons will put you at between like 168 to 178 grams of fat. The rest can come from avocados, macadamia nuts, I'm on the edge, and meat fats. Most important fats should be animal fat over plant fats, right? We're not made out of a bunch of monos. Now, monos are important, but animal fat has poly and mono and saturates, all 3 fatty acid profiles in one, which is what we're made out of. So the body does really well on animal fats. All right, now number 5. What could that be? It's exercise. Now, if you're having adrenal issues, you want to take it light, take it easy, build your stamina up, because if you have adrenal issues, they will crank out the blood sugar